Hi, I'm Kay Hofmeester. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to explore what happens when AI moves off the screen and onto the body. This is a talk about interfaces, but more importantly, it's about relationships. The first wearables I ever designed weren't called wearables yet. One was a pendant that used symbolic lights on its surface. The other was a soft-bodied object that whispered to you. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was already designing ambient interfaces. Interfaces that lived on the body, not on the screen. Now, AI is entering our physical lives. It's no longer confined to the phone or the cloud. It's becoming embodied. And as this happens, we're not just augmenting people, we're forming a symbiotic relationship. The interface will blur. We need to design as if human and machine are one system. Voice interfaces were our first taste of ambient computing. They were always listening. They make interactions feel hands-free and natural. Back in 1961, William Dersch built the first voice UI. It was called the shoebox. It recognized spoken digits, slow, limited, but at the time, magical. Voice was the first invisible interface. You don't have to learn anything, just speak. No screens to touch, no apps to open. But it lacks environmental awareness. It can't see or interpret what's happening around you. When I led the design team for the first version of Alexa, we discovered just how much more is needed. Voice alone is ambiguous. Without physical or visual cues, users don't always trust they've been understood. We found that trust depends on feedback, clarity, and timing, just like in human conversation. And most of all, context is critical. For AI to feel natural, it needs to understand the situation, not just the command. HAL from 2001 Space Odyssey shows us what happens when AI has context. Vision, audio, memory, environmental awareness. HAL wasn't just reactive, it was proactive. It understood the environment and the people in it. That's the leap we need to make. From voice that simply responds to systems that anticipate. From talking AI to understanding AI. But HAL also reminds us of the risks. When AI becomes deeply aware, it must also be deeply accountable. Later, I'll talk about how we ensure that these systems earn trust and support us, not control us. To take the next step in AI, we brought it closer, onto the body. Wearables like smart glasses and wristbands make AI always available. They sense motion, audio, and visuals. They live in constant proximity. And that proximity creates richer context. Not just where you are, but what you are doing, and even how you are moving. When I led design for Orion and Ray-Ban Meta, we learned people didn't want constant overlays or attention. They wanted quiet, contextual help. The best use cases? Quick, purposeful, situational, navigation, hands-free photos, in-the-moment instructions. But the trade-offs were real. Battery, privacy, and the need for AI to be crystal clear about its actions. Even embodied AI must earn its place. AI shifts the interface to the world itself. Interfaces become spatial, glanceable, minimal. Imagine a message floating gently near your cup, or a plant that tells you when it needs water. The best systems didn't try to show more. They showed what mattered, at just the right moment. Now input shifts too. From touch to gesture, from click to gaze. AI starts to interpret your behavior, not just your commands. It understands your environment, your focus, your social setting. And interfaces adapt, not just to where you are, but who you are and what you intend. Context emerges from both the body and the world. This leads to a new kind of interface, one that's generated in real time. Just-in-time UX adapts to behavior, environment, and intent. It's personalized without setup, and it disappears when you don't need it. But with generative systems come new responsibilities: transparency, predictability, and calm. Trust isn't built by what AI says, it's built by what it does. That means transparency, consistent behavior, and restraint. If AI lives on the body, it must know when not to act. Context awareness enables that restraint. So what kind of interface do we need when AI is everywhere? I believe it's not just a new tool. It's a new relationship. We need to design for symbiosis. Symbiotic AI senses, adapts, and acts with you, not on you. It supports without needing to be asked. It augments without overwhelming. It's not something you just use, it's something you evolve with. Our phones are tools, separate, temporary, something we put away. But when AI lives on your body, it becomes being a tool. It becomes part of you. That intimacy creates a tight feedback loop. We act, it observes. It acts, we adapt. That's symbiosis. This loop is made possible by embodiment, reasoning, and context. Your wearables provide the signals, AI interprets your intent. You influence the system, it responds in real time, and over time, you evolve together. I've identified 9 qualities of symbiotic AI. Let's have a look at them in detail. They're organized in 3 categories: awareness, interaction, and relationship. In the awareness category, it's embodied, close enough to sense you in real time. It has expanded awareness of your environment, your behavior, and your social context. And it practices just-in-time restraint, surfacing only what's needed and disappearing when it's not. In interaction, it offers a fuzzy interface, ambient, flexible, often invisible, blending input with output. It operates in tight loops, constantly sensing, adapting, and responding to your feedback. And it interprets intent, not just from your words, but from your actions, posture, and rhythm. It enables co-adaptation, learning and evolving alongside you over time. It supports co-agency, acting with you, not for you, based on shared goals and earned trust. And it honors a relational contract, maintaining transparency, boundaries, and ongoing consent. This is the new UX. So how do we design for this? We build for graceful degradation, so the system still works even when the loop breaks. We make boundaries visible, showing clearly what's being sensed, shared, or stored. We design for respectful presence, quiet, ambient, and appropriate to the moment. We earn trust gradually, starting small and building confidence over time. And we prioritize local first intelligence, processing data on device, because proximity demands responsibility. Mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, were once independent bacteria. Over billions of years, they became so integrated into us that they now can't live without us, and we can't live without them. That's symbiosis. As designers, we don't just create systems, we shape relationships. Let's make them human. Thank you. I'm Kay Hofmeester. You can find more at kayhofmeester.com.